Okay. Here we go, folks. For better or for worse. Away we go. Huge potion of speed. Large potion of fire breath. Heroism. Yes, please. Gold? Sure. Giant strength. Then we do an hour speed. And then we bring everybody up. Oh, yeah, I need her out and not whoever else I put out here. Here, Tyrell can come in later. Let's just get all the speed and going. But yeah, this is what I wanted to do was Elturel's Last Stand today, and guess what? We're gonna try it out. We're gonna try it out. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swap this for Dritz just for gold find. Just for the gold find. And we're gonna go single target Dinar. I don't know that we're gonna use Dinar ultimately in the end. But who knows? Who knows? And we're going to go lawful for Ashara, because eventually I think that's where we're going to end up. Alright. Alright. Go, go, go. Vroom, vroom. So, is there any difference on your end between a normal sub and a prime sub? At my current tier, not at all. Like, as an affiliate, no. They both give me this. I mean, I'll double check. Hold on. You know what? Let me double check. It's my understanding it's the same thing. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Oh, they added an ad manager. Nice. I don't really run ads myself. Twitch pops ads. Yeah, it doesn't tell me somewhere directly here. But it's my understanding that they're the same as an affiliate. Oh, man. Oh, man. I wish for April Fool's Day, if you happen to run Elturel's Last Stand, one of the heads that came out was the green one from the Tiawat. That would be hilarious. Yeah, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they're the same thing. Long time lurker, have you had a chance to look at the new Champion Spotlight? I did. We can talk about that. Hold on, let me pull it up. So normally I would have talked about this on the Friday stream, but there was no Friday stream. So Dahani is an Era Kokra. It's coming to slot 1 from Rivals of Waterdeep, which is fantastic. I'm so happy they're all getting characters. She's a Kinsai Monk. Chaotic Good. DPS and Gold Find. I think I said earlier that I didn't think the Gold Find was super great, but we'll see. Eligible for Mert and Vajra. They are a monk and a painter, so their kit is built around like some paint stuff going on. So Fists of Fury, Dahani attacks a random painted enemy. If no enemies are painted, Dahani attacks the nearest enemy. This is going to be the interesting thing because it means that they focus on things only that they've painted. So spreading paint around is important. Formation abilities, paint them red. When Dahani attacks, she paints the enemy red and can paint an enemy up to 3 times. The damage is increased by 100% for each stroke of paint she applies additively. So that's up to 300% damage with paint them red, which isn't huge. But again, this is just the base. This is the base, so one would presume... oh yeah, there's an item for that. So, I mean, we have to wait and see what kind of upgrades there are, too, and feats. All the upgrades were more important, but yeah. Friendly rivalry. Dahani's more confident when her friends are around, so her damage is increased by 100% for each rival to water deep in the formation, stacking multiplicatively. Which right now there's only 2 others, if memory serves. Shaka and Celise. But when all of them arrive, that's going to be nice for a Rivals of Waterdeep formation. Way of the Brush. This is the one that everybody's talking about. Dahani's damage is increased by 100%, and she keeps track of the total number of enemies she has painted across all time. This count persists between resets. Dahani's practice with layers of paint increases as the total number of painted enemies increases, and at certain milestones, so much like Torgar and Black Viper, she gains another layer of Way of the Brush, which increases this effect by an additional 100%, stacking multiplicatively. That's kind of a big deal. Once Dahani reaches layer 10, each additional enemy painted increases the buff by 0.03% additively. So there's gonna be potentially an upgraded. I feel like this is just them trying to see, well, so we started with Black Viper, and then we went, which was too conservative, and then went to Zorbu, which was too extreme. Then went to Torgar, which was okay, but not strong enough. And now we get Dahani, which may be the happy place. And then that may see, if this is the happy place, then we may see Black Viper and Torgar potentially get something like Way of the Brush, which would be nice. Specializations. This is where the Gold Find comes in, and why I'm not super happy that this is called a Gold Find champion. Splash of Yellow. Enemies Dahani paints also gain a splash of yellow with a max of 1 application per enemy. Enemies painted this way drop 200% more gold when they're killed, regardless of who kills them. Well, so the bonus is just 200%? There's no item that I can see for this. So it feels like, But sure, I mean, it's some gold, I guess. I just don't know. I gotta look at Brunor's again, because, I mean, Brunor's in slot 1 and provides gold. Without a specialization. Yeah, maybe it goes up with upgrades. Maybe. We don't know what the upgrades look like. So maybe there's upgrades for the specialization, which is interesting, but not unheard of. Stroke of Green, which seems like where you would want to put the Gold Find, but I guess not. I think their yellow is gold, right? Okay. Stroke of Green, with a max of 1 application per enemy. Enemies painted in this way cause Dahani's attacks against them to damage nearby enemies as well at 50% damage. It doesn't chain, but it does apply a stack of red and a stroke of green to enemies it damages. So this is a way to make a Dahani AoE, because she is a single target attacker. That's not usually great. These are specializations, by the way. So first you have Gold Find, then you have AoE, and then Blotch of Blue. Dahani paints a Blotch of Blue with a max of 1 application per enemies. Enemies painted this way are stunned for 2 seconds. And boss enemies painted in this way, when Dahani attacks them, and boss enemies painted in this way take 400% more damage from all attacks. So this is CC and boss killer spec. Ultimate is Flurry of Brushes. She pulls a quiver of sharpened paint brushes from her robes and flings them out at 5 random enemies. They deal damage and apply Dahani's paints to all enemies they hit. If multiple brushes hit an enemy, it will gain multiple stacks of red paint if possible. So this is how you spread paint around, which is good. You need other ways to spread paint. So hopefully it's on a low cooldown. Items are 2 self-damage, paint them red, friendly rivalry, and then ultimate attack and ultimate cooldown. So yeah, we really have to see Dahani's upgrades to know, is she getting more Gold Find? Does that AoE scale up? Hopefully. Ausfa, thank you for the Prime sub. Renzo thanks you as well. I don't know how many people get Renzo. Renzo is a character from a game that no longer exists called Dawngate. And it just makes me happy whenever I hear him talk. That's why he's one of my audio announcements. Here's a question. Aren't they trying to move away from click debuff? It was, as stated in multiple streams in this most recent Dev Insight stream, that was never an intended way to push deep. The game was built around you building formation and champions doing the damage. Click damage was only ever supposed to be an early game thing. So they're, trying to figure out the best way to adjust that doesn't just completely, like, that would get rid of click debuffing as a viable way to push deep, but would still allow you to use it in its intended manner. Like, the only way clicking was supposed to help you when you were near your wall was fire breath potions. And boy, is that not. Like, it's the opposite. You don't want fire breath potions with click debuff, right? Yeah, I mean, Dahani is slot 1, but you got to remember there are always going to be situations where you can't use the champions you want in slot 1. So having a slot 1 DPS is new. I'm excited to see what options that provides when I need it. The problem is I've done so many variants in the game now, and patron variants, that I may not necessarily run into the situations where that's super viable. But, also, some people are going to just like Dahani and want to play Dahani DPS, and that's totally fine too. Down to 1 champion with an incomplete collection. Nice, Tron. I haven't looked in a while, which I feel good about. I just finally got to all the stars in chat. Did you try it with the new soft cap prior? Yes, but not with the new blessings. Not with the new blessings. How developed is your core? Not very. In fact, I was going to do some work on it on stream, and we haven't had a chance yet. This is it. I'm not even level 4 yet, so it needs a lot more. Why does your patron button say new challenges when it's reset day? Reset today is tomorrow. And it says new challenges because I haven't done any. I've been so busy just trying to push that I haven't done anything with my patrons, which is bad because I need to buy their stuff. But I've just had too much to do. I can't run 2 counts and get everything I need done in my life done and do all the things. It just doesn't work for me. Although the painting theme of the character, I'd be tempted to build her into the party even if she's only okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what she looks like. There was a paint character in the Dawngate, which it's almost like I said that on purpose. And she was amazing. I loved her so much. She was such a great support. Hold on, let me get everybody a picture. Her name was Zeri. And Zeri was fantastic. Oh, yeah, Nick designed Zeri, so Nick will have a great shot of Zeri. Of course he does. Of course he does. Here is Zeri. Check that out. That's on the concept artist's webpage. But man, so good. Her paintbrush was her weapon. She would fling paint at people, and it would pool on the ground and slow them, and and she'd whip people with the paint. It was just such a gorgeous character. Zeri the painter. Here's the final appearance. She was fantastic. She was absolutely fantastic. I guess while I'm here, hold on, I guess I could show everybody Renzo. Renzo was the sculptor. Renzo not only sculpted beautiful artistic creations out of stone, but he himself was his best sculpt. Like he built his body to be sculpted. And he had the best alternate skin in the game, which was After Hours Renzo, where he's got a smoking jacket and heart boxers and slippers. This is the best. I miss all the characters in that game. All the character creation, like the concept and follow through, was just top notch. Just top notch. And lore and background, and they had a comic done by Nick Cole and John. I can't remember the other name, but they made a comic that was online for a long time. Oh, so good. So good. Did they slow down the upgrades of clicking and holding on? Yes. It kills me. It wasn't intentional, Hollow Leviathan. It wasn't intentional. They didn't know what happened. So some other change they made screwed things up. And they've got to find out what. So probably easier to make the click damage ignore debuffs on enemies like fire breath clicks do. Ooh. Here's the thing. I think they said something about, like, you know, clicking scaling so it doesn't work if you can't damage things like with a champion, then you're not going to damage them with the other. But they made a variant called Tale of Two Champions. And this is truly what brought the click debuff meta on. I mean, click debuff was the thing people would have, well, one person, Silisa, had found, well, two people, had found like a year before A Tale of Two Champions came out. But it really took off after that because people realized the only way you get through this is click damage, and the best way to do that is click debuff. And then suddenly people were click debuffing everywhere. But yeah, that variant would have to either go away or change. And I'm fine with that. I would rather just get rid of that variant than effectively kill the game development. Because here's the thing. If you can just click through stuff, then what's the point of making cool boss battles and, you know, raising difficulties on things and upgrading champions, and you just click. It was never meant to be that kind of game. Couldn't they just make click damage work against mobs' base stats prior to any buff? I mean, technically, sure, because they did that with fire breath potions. But I think they're trying to figure out what role is click's damage supposed to do. Because even if they take, I feel like even if they disable the debuff portion, there's still a point where you would get enough favor where clicking would still be better for you than upgrading champions because they soft cap champion progress. Like the upgrades. So I think they're trying to find a long-term solution, and they just haven't done it yet. Okay, so here's my question. Okay, yeah, I just saw it there. I was like, are there trash mobs spawning on that level? And there are. Okay. I saw Abishai coming out. That's what I needed to know. Seems like their current answer is lots of segmented bosses. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily even stop click debuff. If your formation can survive long enough. It's just that's a road bump. Speed bump. Speed bump. Road bump. Okay, Garor. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not the game developer. I don't have to think about those things. I just have to go, yeah, that doesn't fit with what they've stated the game is supposed to be, so I get why they don't want it. But yeah, right now it's more of a way that you can artificially, let's just say this in a weird way, artificially harvest more gold than you should be able to with your current power levels in terms of your actual formation damage. That's the issue that it brings up. And since so much stuff is gated by favor, you know, they want you to work for your favor. Man, I know. Game design and balance is hard, yo. Usually I hate not being free to play, but I absolutely do not regret getting familiar as manual clicking was painful and one mage hand was not enough at all. Yeah. And honestly, I was free to play for a long time in this game. And was really enjoying it. And that's usually my thing, is like, I look at a game that's free to play and I go, can I play this game and do the content and complete the things without spending any money? If I play for a while, like months, and the answer is yes, then I tend to be like, okay, well, I'm going to reward their design with some cash here and there, if I can afford to. You know, and everything in this game, even the new trials and the forge and everything, are doable without spending money on. It's just there is definitely a pay to progress faster monetization scheme. But I play other free-to-play games and for a little while, and I'll dump them, usually on a regular basis whenever one crosses my path. I play one that I've been playing for a while on my tablet when I'm watching TV. It is not scaled well. You cannot, like when they do their events, I just know, even though I've been playing for a couple years, I just know I'm not ever fully finishing an event. And it sucks. It sucks. And because of that, I won't give them any money. But they get my playtime, which, you know, that's fine too for them. Because that one has an ad. So that one has an ad monetization system in it too that you can opt into. Like I can choose to watch ads to get stuff. And I do. Are we making a dent in Tiamat at all? Well, we got it down to 7. So I feel like this is sort of... Yeah, it's real slow. Okay. I need an actual... I probably need an actual formation in, but... Let's see if we can just upgrade some stuff. Speed it up and all. I could also use ultimates. Oh, that's a nifty idea, Garwar. Use an ultimate. I don't think this is going to reach. Yeah, too far. But yeah, that's why whenever I create a new account like this one, it's completely free to play because they get enough of my money on one account. over the last 4 years now, they've gotten enough of my money over one account. They get a lot of my money now because I can afford to throw cash at them when I like things now, and I couldn't before. But all the other ones are free to play. Just because, you know, in part I want to be able to show, like, hey, look, you can progress in this game free to play. Like, here I am fighting Tiamat on Elturel's Last Stand, and I haven't put any cash on this account. Just time. Just time. Yeah, I know, I gotta move him on. But I don't know that I can right now. Oh, there we go. I wasn't sure because I was getting AoE that it would let me. But that's not... We don't want Jarlaxle in the front row. Oh, and Human was supposed to be here. Okay, you know what? Hold on, we're saving this. Oh, actually, to start it needs to be there. Okay. Now I won't forget that Human's in the wrong place. Oh, and that probably needs to be there. But that's fine. We can still use... Well, no. That's fine. Again, I don't optimize my formations until I run into a problem. How to get to Avernus? Make bad life decisions. Wait, no, that's not it. So you just have to, you know, you want to work your way through the campaigns. You want to do Sword Coast. down to here and do Overdue Rendezvous and unlock Dritz, and then grab just enough favor to get the second global blessing, which is the +1 gems, and then you bounce over to Tomb of Annihilation, and then you do all of Tomb of Annihilation, and you unlock Azaka and Dragonbait, and then you bounce to Waterdeep, and you do all of Waterdeep, and you unlock Alcoria down here at the bottom, and then you go to Baldur's Gate, Descend into Avernus, and it'll start you out here at Baldur's Gate, and then you play through and descend into Avernus. And the very last adventure here, that's what we're doing right now, Elturel's Last Stand, is what you need to both unlock Zariel as a patron, spoiler, and access Trials of Mount Tiamat, which is a legendary system. So, yeah, just take it one step at a time, because, I mean, it's, like I said, I ran into problems having enough power here on an account that did take it one step at a time. If you try to skip something and jump ahead, it's going to be problems. Yeah, I mean, it unlocks at 25 adventures or variants total, but you don't really want to jump there. That's a bit of a noob trap, if I'm being honest. You do not want to go there as a new player. Basically, Avernus and Icewind Dale are what, and now the Wild Bell and the Witchlight, I believe, are all considered hard campaigns for the current state of the game. I like the term noob trap. I mean, to my knowledge, that's an actual term for design, because you don't want noob traps. Like, you want to create systems that are designed in such a way that new players aren't tricked into thinking that this is an ideal, that this is the way you're supposed to do something. That is a noob trap. Straight up, base DPS. Base DPS is a noob trap. The developers don't want to admit that. They probably don't like it when I say that, but the reality is, it teaches bad gameplay mechanics. It teaches you to make bad choices when building formations, because it's not based on the actual information you want to base those decisions on. Oh yeah, and Are You Chicken? Yeah. Are You Chicken, the very first variant of the game, is a noob trap. That itself is a noob trap. Because it's like, hey, we've got these variants, you should do one. And then the developers cackle gleefully in the background as you just pound your head against a variant that you can't do. Because it's incredibly difficult. So things like those are noob traps. They shouldn't exist in games, but people don't always take the time to make sure that they're not creating that kind of system. Oh, we need to move him again, don't we? Hey, we did it. Hey, we soft capped at 450. Excellent. Not completely. Come on, give me more stuff. There we go. All right, fine. Just after 450. Okay. I was like, if you just broke, I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to be so upset. Come on. Let me just level everything up that one last bit so I can ignore it for a while. Okay. So now we're at the point where I know it all comes down to designing the right formation. What do I have to beat? 575. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. That's not as bad as I thought. Okay, okay. I mean, we're about 100 levels off of that, and I don't even have my major pushing formation in. In fact, I'm about to go back to speedrunning, so we're doing real good so far. The problem is at some point we're just going to slam into a wall, so like real hard. And I don't have Ayla yet. Oh, that's who I should have picked up. It's Ayla. I'm bad. I'm bad. Yeah. Oh, well. You know what I need to do? Besides making sure I pick up Ayla next time. Let's open my chests. Let's see. Electrum. Phoenix drawing. Also. Oh, come on. Done. Next. Oh, I got a shiny. Just random shiny. On an event champion. Okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. There's Gromma's last one. Okay, okay. We got all of her gear. Got letters from Linda. Do I get any epics? There's lesser restoration. Did we at least get gear in all the slots? We did. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's throw out those just in case. Yeah, that was really just a random shiny. Getting one on an event champion feels good. Because usually it's all evergreens all the time. So yeah. And it did stay green, which is unfortunate, but at least it's... Yeah, she's not going to be as strong as I would have liked. Healing Flame, I needed blue. Am I going to want... I feel like... Well, you know what? I'm just going to put him in bear form, and we can always change him. I did update all of my core champion guides and evergreen guides to reflect the new soft cap upgrades. So those sets of guides are all updated with the new information and ready to go for year 5. It's going to take me a little while to get through all of the event champions. So I don't have an ETA on that. Is this my Smurf account? I mean, it's one of them, yeah. That's one way to refer to it. You need 6 variants done to progress in Grand Tour. I think so. I think Terror in the Dark stops you, and you have to do 6 out of 9. Yeah, here, I'm putting this on screen because this is effectively what I talk about when I'm talking about a noob trap. It's a perfect definition. The base DPS meter is accurate enough that it seems to be useful for tweaking information, except it's a lying liar. And you don't, and you won't know until someone comes along and tells you that you're being lied to. You won't know that it's lying. You'll get other champions, and then one day you'll be like, wait, how am I doing more damage than my base DPS tells me? This isn't supposed to be right. This says it's supposed to be better over here, and then you'll realize that it's a lying liar. And then it's like, then the ground crumbles out beneath you, and then you're like, what? I just wish they just started you off with Bud and taught you how to use it. That's what I wish. If I didn't discover Gar and Mars, I might not be playing the game today. Aw. Now I don't ever see me not playing again. Ooh. I don't know which is worse. That we got you addicted to a game, or that we helped you enjoy it. I don't know. Okay, so we see we only made it to 485, and now suddenly I don't have the damage to beat this boss. And then I just move him back. Okay, so we need to get an actual tank in. And probably an actual DPS. I mean, Dritz has been doing work for us, I'm not going to lie, but it's not going to hold on much longer. Roper! That Prime resub, thank you. 2 months. Woo! I just recently got Ayla. She's OP even with only a blue HP item. Yeah. And Tiamat, is there any reason to go single player? Not really. Honestly. I did it last week just just because I was demonstrating on stream like stuff, and so I started the campaign to show it all off, and I didn't want to, potentially screw anybody over. But like on normal, if you can post an E171 bud during a run, you can solo team out as long as the daily restrictions don't just screw you over. Yeah, but it's so much easier with a group. I just joined a random group this week, and we were like, oh good lord, we only need like 13 something DPS, like daily DPS average, and by the end of day one we were over 2,000. So yeah, it's better in a group. Yeah, it was a white shiny too. That's a rarity. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Catching up in chat. Let's see. Regis, Rosie, or Torrigar? Torrigar's coming in the next event. Regis helps with Split the Party, then you want Regis. Yeah. I was going to say Torrigar's coming in the next event, and Rosie's not great, so Regis. You helped me enjoy. I'm already addicted to gaming. Oh, that's fair then. I mean, that's why I make guides. That's why I've always made guides. It's like, I think, when did I first start? But probably Warhammer. And it was more like, oh man, why is this so painful? Why can't I just find this information somewhere? Why do all the fan sites? My first guide was a guide for armor sets. And it's like, why these fan sites suck? Like, there's these database sites, and the only way to really to see stuff was to know what you were looking for in the first place. Well, how the hell were you supposed to know what you were looking for if there weren't any sites that listed off what was available in the game? I mean, it was just this weird backwards situation, and I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what's in all these places. So I just went through and bit by bit found all the different like armor sets that were from this certain part of the game, and compile a list of them and post it on my blog as a guide. Because I was like, look, I need to write it down just for me, and I might as well share it with other people. And then from there, it was just like, hey, let's just make let's post. I was gonna post guides that make people's time easier, because if I'm having troubles finding information on X, then I bet other people are too. So I will learn about X, and then I will post that information, and then everyone will know about X. And then I just did that over and over again. And here we are. So, my guides aren't for everyone. I've never said they are. They are definitely new player or introduction, or, hey, here's this weird thing, and here's how to do it. That's it. If you don't need it, great. Great. But there's always somebody who's going to need something. Might as well make the information available. Why is that? Oh, there we go. I was watching your Zorba guide and where to farm the beast kills. Do you have any other recommendations that would be good besides that Raven level? There's probably a couple other ones now, but a lot of them are tied to events. I'm not sure if there's a regular variant in the game that has one, but that was just the super fast way to do it. You could just go to like Beast Intentions in Sword Coast and sit on a level that just has beasts and kill them with speed potions and stuff. It's just going to be slower. It's just going to be slower. Anything else is just a slower progress, but you can do it there just fine. Actually, it's probably better in I said Beast Intentions, but now that I think about it, Mad Wizard probably has a portal that spawns some beasts, so you might want to look for that. But yeah, it's just about speed potions and sitting on one level and killing all the things. TLDR, I make guides because I make guides. Well, I make guides because I want the information, and if I want the information, somebody else wants it too. And hopefully that makes everybody's game experience more enjoyable. I don't know. And honestly, a lot of people are like, well, why not, like, this doesn't help me. This is like noob stuff. Well, yeah. Guess what? Like, the new player is the one that needs the most help. Always. Always. And there's always, in a healthy game, there are always new players. So, you know, that's the hardest part of, you talk to any game developer, the hardest part of game development is acquisition of new players and retention. Like acquiring them, which, yeah, that's out of my hands. But then retention, like there are always break points of, if you can get a player to stay X number of days, then they'll probably stay long-term and spend money, right? And that really just comes down to, I mean, they do it in a financial breakdown, right? But the reality is it's an enjoyment breakdown. If you can get a player to enjoy the game enough that they're around for X number of days, they're going to reward you by continuing to play and maybe even throwing cash your way. So, yeah. I like to see game communities grow, so I target new players. Because if we don't get lots of new players and they don't stick around, then nobody needs end-game guides. And in this community, it's been great because there's so many people that make guides and they target different levels. Like, everybody says to go read Silesa's guides for champions when she does her reviews, but Silesa, they target end-game with their guides, really. Like, that's, when they give their ratings, it's based on end-game usage. So, you know, always take that with a little grain of salt that this is talking about, you know, balance it in-game. Because there's lots of times they've rated champions real low, and those champions are bangers in the early to mid game. But people don't use them, and it's like, whoa. I think there's a place that spams, there are T-Rex that spams flies at you. Yes, but the problem is you eventually will kill the T-Rex, and then the flies load in normally. Flies load in normally. Otherwise, I would send people there for undead. Me trying to gen stack right now. Briv, just die already. Yeah, that's one thing we're going to have to do here. Is I've got Baloth. We're at 575, folks. Like, we're only 40 away. Am I going to finish Elturel's Last Stand? I'm a little shocked. I don't even have my new champions in. Ermagerd. Did I get enough? No. Nope, I didn't actually get any favor. Okay. I want favor, though. Have you not redeemed the code for Witchlight Spurt? I did. There. You're not going to be able to tell, though, because he's going to die. And in his spirit form... Wow, that took him out of spirit form. In his spirit form, it doesn't change anything, which I'm real upset about. He should have the wings in spirit form. See? You can't tell. He really needs the wings in spirit form. They could even make him different colors, too. That'd be cool. Too many games focus on getting whales nowadays. Well, I mean, look, there's... In a truly healthy, monetized game, there is a wide spectrum of comfort and in terms of spending money and ability to spend that money, right? Like, everybody has different levels of disposable income. I mean, when I started this game, I had 0 levels of disposable income. Now I'm in the middle-ish range of disposable income. There are still things that I'm like, ooh, that's a bit too much for me right now. Maybe I'll wait for a sale. And that's totally fine. And if you have a healthy game, you'll see spending across that spectrum. And there will, if in a large enough game, there will definitely be things that are targeted only for the people that are willing to spend lots of money, because it's very efficient for them to spend. If they have X number of hours, they can make one skin with, and they would make more money. People think, well, you put it lower and you'll sell more and you'll make more money. Not really. Sometimes selling it at the higher end makes you far more, even though you sell fewer. This is very hard for people to understand, but the real world analogy is like Lamborghini and Ferrari, right? Like, they don't need to make the cars cost less. Exclusivity sells. So, it sucks, but sometimes they have to do things in that regard to keep the lights on. But yeah, we haven't seen anything that's necessarily like that. I will say that's probably what you see in the difference between like a $5 familiar and a $20 familiar pack, right? Like, the difference is this extra stuff that you get there. You're still getting a familiar, and it's not like you're getting multiple. But when I first got the game because Epic advertised a freebie for it, yeah, I installed it and ran it for 5 minutes and thought it was stupid, so I closed it till the freebie was available. Then I got it pop up for your show and game, and all of a sudden it got interesting once I understood how things were supposed to work. Yeah. And honestly, that's why my show exists. And Mars's. Mine and Mars shows both exist because there's a definite issue early game in the tutorial with understanding how things work. So Q, Mars, and I explaining things on our shows, and we explain in different ways, and that's fine. It works. Between the two of us, we grab most, if not all, of new players. We can help out and get answers to. All right, I'm going to say that we're walled here at 539, sort of. That we need to change the formation. I need an actual DPS in instead of Dritzt. And by actual, I mean Ashara. I need Ashara in instead of Dritzt. Dritzt is a DPS, but he's not not the DPS. He may be the DPS I want, but he's not the DPS I need. There we go. I was going to get there eventually. Or Kira stacking. Here we go. Hold on. Let me catch up in chat for a second. My 5-year-old daughter agrees that Spurt needs his spirits in wing form. Look, CNE, there you go. Make it happen. What's the difference between Idle Champions having $5 stuff that gives you long-term game and other games having $20 packs that give you a 6-hour boost in a 24-hour event? Yeah. Okay. Orkira stacking. So, what is Orkira stacking? Orkira stacking is, it's not stacking Orkira on top of herself. It's getting her healing flame number, this effective healing done, as high as you possibly can. And you can manipulate this in various ways. I don't have a lot of manipulation available to me, but I'm going to show you kind of the core of it. So one of the things we're going to do here is we're going to remove everybody else from the field because they don't need to be here for this. First off, I don't have. Okay, so we're going to do this the hard way, folks. First off, you want Artemis. Well, guess what, folks? I don't have Artemis. So we're going to do this the lower value way, and we're going to do it off of Archon. The more characters that you have for Orkira stacking, the better the results you're going to get. But that doesn't mean that just because you don't have those characters, you don't want to do it anyway. Artemis is a big deal. Oops. So I guess I could have left the others in, because what we're just going to do is bounce off Archon. And we want to find a way. Yeah, this is not going to be great. This is going to be less than ideal. I'm going to want... Do I have? Yes, I have Sentry. At least you still have a Choreo. Yeah. We'll bring Elturel in a minute. I'm going to want Sentry. None of this matters. We'll do this in case I actually need to use her later. Why am I bringing Sentry in, folks? You're probably wondering. She actually has a feature. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where she increases healing in the tank attack. Here we go. When Sentry is under attack, healing is received by everyone in Sentry's column is increased by 25%. So we're going to put her up here with Archon. And I'm going to continue slowly leveling up. So we're doing whatever we can to increase the healing that's going to end up on Archon. Is ultimately what we're doing. And I need to put him here. Because he's going to usurp the healing off somebody else. Okay, now I can actually put feats in. Okay, we're going to do Elturel. Elturel's got a thing where she buffs spellcasters' formation abilities, as long as there are 5 people qualifying for her spellcaster skill, which means 5 magic-based attackers. We're going to see if I have 5. Do I have 5? Let's find out. We'll do this and we'll do this. Right now, you can come over here. I have 2 at the moment. So I need some more. Give me some more. I've got Prudence. There's one. I've got Makos. There's another. And I've got Strix, and there's another. So there's 5. So now I've got 5, and what that does down here under Watchful Order, that increases everything by 25% per stack. And I've got 5 stacks. So this is a nice bonus. If I can put more spellcasters in, that's going to go higher. That's going to go higher. Do I have Narak? I don't have Narak either. Narak would help here. Artemis would help here. I don't have either of them. So we're going to bring Ashara in. There's another spellcaster school stack. Dinar's base attack magic. There's another spellcaster school stack. And isn't Freely base attack magic? Yeah, there's another one. Now we're kicking off. That should be a bunch. Yeah, 8. All right. This isn't the greatest result I've ever seen. In fact, this is kind of garbage. Why is this so bad? Is it just for lack of Artemis? We need to get them under attack. Okay. And then what you do is you come over here and you look at how much it's ramped up. And we're just kind of in the EO6 category. This isn't great. This wasn't the best demonstration. You really do need... what was I going to say? Artemis. Artemis does look like it's going to be the key. Orkira isn't healing adjacent characters. I don't care about Orkira's healing on adjacent characters. All I really care about is Orkira's healing on Archon, and Archon's usurping it off of someone that's not adjacent to Orkira. So we need to go back and... let me go back and I'll describe this from here. So the key here to getting healing on Archon... Notice Orkira's not healing Archon at all. Archon's going to be getting the biggest number, and that's where we want to focus all of our healing on. So his goes up to EO5. Normally this would be a bigger focus, but yeah. I mean, it might at this point just be better to heal anybody, anywhere. Oh, this is sad. But anyway, the point is to try to get the highest effective healing you can get, because Elemental Fire is based off of that. So we're getting now up to EO9, and that's solid. But this number can get into the E18s and 19s with Artemis and Narak. So, yeah. Magic DPS doesn't just matter for Artemis. It's just magic-based attackers are what matter for Elturel. So we are boosting Watchful Order stacks. 25% per stack, we're getting 8 stacks of that. So we are gaining there. Like if I were to take her out, Yeah, now suddenly we're down to 1-3 EO4. So we are getting gain out of this. It's just we're missing the key factor, which is the Archon into the Artemis. And Narak helps a lot too. So yeah, this is this is the situation you want to be in. We're just in a situation where it doesn't help me as much as I would like it to. So we'll see how good this ends up being. Okay, let's build my actual pushing formation. So we're going to go potpourri. That means I'm going to want Tyrell out here. We want Nova back in. I had Briv in. Okay. We'll try out Grama. I'm not sure if she's ready for prime time, but we're going to find out. We definitely want Freely. Human. What are we at? Oh, I didn't level her up enough to know. Oh, slow leveling. No. I'll read chat in a moment. If I made a mistake, I'll clarify, but generally speaking. 4 and 2. 4 and 2. Who am I forgetting with 4 and 2? Halfling? Oh, we usually have Deacon in. Or Spurt. We're going to have to go Spurt. We're going to have to go Spurt. Did I put Spurt 2 adjacent? Or adjacent or 2 away? Adjacent, okay. Who else? I could go Makos for the bonuses. We could give some health action. Can we give some health action? 1, 2. We could do this. We could do this. Could do this. We could do this. Sure. See how this works. I don't know if this is going to be great. I don't know if this is going to be horrible. The only way I can find out is to try it. It may be that I just can't use Orkira yet. Who knows? I feel like it should be good because her debuffs should help way more than what I was getting from Deacon. There we go. Okay. Let me back up. Yeah. No Artemis. Ouch. Yes. Yes. I also started with the EGS promo and almost immediately sought out third-party guides content because I was confused why an idle game didn't seem to have automation. Yeah, I would love to see them put in like Baby's first Modron core that you get just right away, but maybe only maybe it just caps out at like level 5. So it just gets you some automation and some buffs and introduces you to it, and then you unlock it fully later. That would be cool, but that would be changing a lot. Do you have Mert's perk that increases tank healing? I don't think so. Yeah, like I said, this is a very low progress account compared to my main account. So some of the strategies I want to use I can't use is... Oh, but we're doing it. I mean, this is the big challenge on 550. Can you beat Tiamat fast enough? 8. Come on. Come on. 5. 4. This doesn't reach, but I'm going to fire it off anyway. 3. Over leveling. Come on. 2, 1. Huh? Tiamat fall down, go... No, we healed. Oh, no. They healed, I should say. Come on. Come on. Tiamat fall down, go boom. All right. That deserves some root beer. That should do it. That should do it. The rest of the bosses through here should be fine. Yeah, stars in chat. I see him bouncing around on the screen. I love that. How did I skip all those areas fast? I'd already beaten them all. And I just... Yeah, I had jumped back to level zone 1, and then I jumped back to where I was. No, Baloth and Spurt. So when I was talking about Baloth, I kind of forgot that it's anything in front of him works. Anything in front of him taking damage works. So back here is better. That was me. That was my bad. Zelos, they didn't purposefully nerf it, but they broke it. It's a bug. Forever wanted to farm beasts for Zorbu, Mad Wizard level 9. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so I had misread this part. A champion in any column in front of Baloth takes damage. So I had always read it for whatever reason as a champion in a column in the column in front of Baloth, but it's in any column in front of Baloth. That's my bad. Unfortunately, I can't. This is why I like written guides and not video guides, because I can't go back and redo that whole thing. So, but yeah, I mean, it would still work here. It would still work here. I would have done the same thing, but it's actually better here to max out stacks when you're taking AoE party damage. My max is 302. We were probably pretty maxed on that fight because everybody was taking damage. Everybody was kung fu fighting in that fight. Yeah, sorry folks. As you can see, I shamed myself. I shamed myself in the code response. I forgot to grab a code this week. Just like last week. 2 weeks in a row. Hopefully this is not a trend. Hopefully this is not a trend. Shame rings bell. Yeah. Ooh, oh, hold on. Web captioner broke. Now it's back. Now it's back in an alignment. Wait, this does not finish on beating Tiamat? That seems a bit odd, right? Right? No, but I mean, effectively it does. But right? Yeah. As a game community, I feel like we're not code starved in general. I mean, you say that, but I don't have any Electrum chests in my inventory in this account, and I'd like some. It's more that we're code hungry. We're not code starved. We're just code hungry. Perpetually code hungry. Perpetually code hungry. So yeah, I mean, we beat Tiamat, and I didn't even have like an amazingly stacked Orkira. Like, it's a brand new Orkira in greens and blues. So just getting her out of a time gate, the gear she got out of a time gate and a couple of Electrums, got her up to an EO6 effective healing. That was it. I had just got Grama, but I didn't even use Grama. Which I thought I was going to need Grama, but I didn't use Grama because I needed Spurt for my third stack of short folk. And now we're one zone away, and I haven't even been firing off ultimates. And if you don't know by now, Orkira's ultimate somehow gives her extra debuff power. Not really supposed to. Here we go. Pit Fiend, super easy. Bye-bye. Now we just need to kill off all these folks, and they're gone, and we're done. Hey, now we can have more stars in chat. More official stars in chat. Boom. Elturel's Last Stand complete. I can't believe that was how easy that was. The new blessings carried me, folks. Carried me. So current state of the game, E28% gold, like E28 favor in Avernus, completes Elturel's Last Stand for you. Completes Elturel's Last Stand for you. Why am I not seeing... Where's my Trials of Mount Tiamat? There it is. Okay, yeah, you always gotta refresh the game state. They just need a button. They just need a button that just refresh the game state. There it is. Trials of Mount Tiamat, folks. The Mad God